This is WHIO.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's Todd. It's Todd, honey.
He's funny.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
On the radio?
You can tell she likes Todd for Todd. When you're not real character, that one.
Todd, let's do this.
Get the show started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Chip, if you keep eating cookies, you'll never amount to anything. Have an apple.
Do the cookie dance, do the cookie dance. Do the cookie dance, do the cookie dance, dance.
Well, it's National Cookie Day. Man, I haven't had a cookie in a long time. I got to be honest. My top 3 cookies all time. Number 3, chocolate chip. Yeah, number 3. Number 2, sugar. The classic sugar cookie. Number 1, though, the macadamia nut cookie. Oh, I love me some macadamia nut cookies. Like Subway has. Man, I could eat a whole sub full of macadamia nut cookies. And then, of course, go into a coma. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the fun and conversation there. You can watch the show and listen and get behind-the-scenes footage. What's better? Tonight on the show, we've got a response to my outrage last night over Toledo being mentioned in a list of the funnest cities in the United States where Dayton was left off. Somebody from Toledo sent me an email. We got a Florida man, Florida woman, Ohio woman story many of you know about. We didn't get to it last night. We had a shortened show. We had UD basketball last night. It's this woman who ate the cat. Couple weeks before the whole uproar about Springfield, that whole thing. Remember that? I'm sure many of you have tried to put it out of your mind. But that woman, I think she's up near the Akron area. She actually did eat a cat. So we got her sentence, her jail sentence. Also, I saw a story about drones over New Jersey. And these aren't like the drones that kids play with. Some adults. These apparently are drones that are the size of cars. That's the description. So we're going to get into that. Also, we have cars into buildings. I just want to give a recap. Today was the big day. Huffy Holidays. Todd's Bikes for Tykes. We had the big bike build out at Huffy Corporation in Miamisburg. And the folks there were just amazing. Everyone just wonderful. All the employees, they helped out, and we put together 100 bikes, kids' bikes in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Took some extra time because we were scrambling to try to find bike pumps to put air in the tires. But we got it done. And there's pictures of it on my Facebook. You can check it out. Of all the great folks out there at Huffy. I'm so grateful. And all those bikes, if you missed the show last night, I mentioned that these bikes, these 100 bikes, are going to be sort of distributed throughout the Miami Valley. We've got Flock for the Love of Dayton in Montgomery County. They're going to get some bikes. The Springboro Community Assistance Center down in, Springboro. They're going to get some bikes. Seeds of Hope up in Troy. They're going to get some bikes. The Greene County Sheriff's Office and Michael's House in Fairborn are going to get some bikes this year. And that's just great. And the great thing is Huffy wants to do this every year. They told me today that they'd like to do this every year. So this is the launch. And I'm very excited that 100 kids throughout the Miami Valley who are in need are going to get a bike for Christmas, a brand new bike from Huffy. And it's just the greatest. I'm very appreciative of that. We've got cars into buildings.
In local news, a spectacular car crash. Car.
Well, we do keep track of these, and we do have our fun with it. But look, we had a situation last night in Miamisburg. A gentleman, I think he was around the age of 60, lost control of a vehicle. I guess he couldn't navigate a curve. That's what the story I saw on WHIO.com said. And he crashed into a detached garage and sadly lost his life. And these situations, they are serious. And whether, we don't know all the details, whether it was speed, obviously, maybe because he couldn't make the turn, or if there was some sort of distraction, or if there was a health issue, whatever it is, these things can be dangerous and deadly. And it's unfortunate that happened. But that's on our list. And then we had another one today in Xenia. Yeah, I used to live in Xenia, and I know exactly where this is. I lived on West 2nd Street. Or no, I lived on East 2nd Street. West 2nd Street, other side of 68. But I know exactly where this is. It was a dentist office, and I guess an older lady. She hit the building. Don't know if she was a patient, if she was there to have some work done, or what, but it might be one of those instances you confuse the gas with the brake, and voila, right into the front door. And you can see pictures of it on my Facebook, courtesy of none other than Gabrielle Enright. She shared some pictures with me, so very cool. Or not cool, but unfortunate. We've added another one, and we still have weeks to go. I don't know if you saw this story. This always intrigues me. Treasure hunts. I remember going on a quasi treasure hunt. It was more of a scavenger hunt when I was a kid for a friend's birthday. They gave us this long list, and we had to go door to door asking for odd, unusual things in our neighborhood. And the two things that I remember, one, when we did it, his birthday was like in January. So it was a little bit like today. Cold like today, and we're running around the neighborhood trying to find, an empty roll of toilet paper, one of those tubes, or you know what I mean, something crazy like that. And the other thing that I remember is knocking on somebody's door, going in with my friend, and getting the feeling that we probably shouldn't have gone into these people's homes. There's no way that you could do that today. Can you imagine if you're a parent today? And you've got little kids, and they go to a birthday party, and somebody is crazy enough to say, "Hey, we're going to have a scavenger hunt, and we want you to go to all these neighborhood homes, strangers. Maybe some of them, sure, but I mean, we went blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks away, knocking on people's doors. Can we come in? Here's our list. Can you help us out?" Yeah, I think if your kids came home from a party and said, we went on a scavenger hunt. We went to strangers' homes and asked if we could come in. And, I don't think that would fly very well. But there's a guy by the name of John Collins Black. He's a writer, and he's written a book called There's Treasure Inside. Now, he took his motivation, and you might remember this, probably, 10, 15 years ago. There was a gentleman by the name of Forrest Fenn. And he did this deal where he hid a treasure chest somewhere in the United States, and he'd give out these clues, and people they went nuts trying to find this particular treasure. And I think there's a documentary about this too, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but I recall seeing something like that where people were running around the country trying to find these treasures or this treasure. And what would happen is that, they think they found the treasure, and then actually it would be another clue that would lead them somewhere else. And, turns out that this dude all those years ago, he had hid a chest in the Rocky Mountains, and I guess somebody finally found it. Well, this guy, John Collins Black, he has hid 5 treasures throughout the country. And the combined prize value, $2 million. Now, I don't know how much the prize was in the other treasure chest, but I don't think it was $2 million. And what's cool about this is that, like I said, there's 5 of them included in some of these chests, and these are scattered throughout the country. And the clues are in this book. Searchers can look forward to hopefully finding items such as rare Pokemon cards, which you laugh at that. When I first saw it, I thought, okay, Pokemon cards. But if you look online, you'd be surprised. There are Pokemon cards that are selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Makes no sense to me, but, people spend millions of dollars on baseball cards, right? Mickey Mantle cards and Hannes Wagner cards. So that'd be kind of cool. A shipwreck bounty, sports memorabilia. There you go. Probably some valuable baseball cards or something like that. Gold and other precious metals. Some of these items were owned by the likes of, this is crazy, Pablo Picasso, George Washington, Amelia Earhart, and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. So they're actual items that these people owned. I wonder if it's George's false wooden teeth. Maybe that's what they buried. Somebody got a hold of a wooden bridge from George's mouth, and they've buried it. The other thing that you won't have to do if you go searching is anything dangerous. I guess the one in the Rocky Mountains was a bit treacherous. And I think that there were some people that were injured in the attempt to find this treasure. You don't have to do anything dangerous. He says there's no dangerous underwater exploration, no climbing or entering private property, and no digging. That can get tiring if you're out trying to find treasure. But I started thinking, I love a good radio promotion and a good radio contest. And I kind of mentioned this a week or two ago when we were talking about that crazy story about the banana that was duct taped to a wall that sold for like $4.5 million as a piece of conceptual art. I made the joke about posting, bags and boxes of Cheez-Its throughout the Miami Valley with duct tape on them. Say, oh, there's my conceptual art. What if somehow I was able to get boxes of Cheez-It in gold? It could be small ones, and I could hide those throughout the Dayton area. We could have a website with clues. I think people might be into that, to try to find that golden box of Cheez-It. Little bit like the Wonka bars. There's got to be some sort of payoff, though. Let me think about that. That might be kind of fun.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up,
Double D.
H. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right, everybody. What's going on? Oh, okay, Josh. Hi, Jasmine and Isabella. How you doing? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Thanks for listening to the show. I don't think I heard the Eat the Cat song, Paul. Ashley, you just go to my Facebook page. I know where you know where that's at. And at the very top, you'll see a featured post. It says, "Win an evening edge with Todd Hollst Christmas ornament." The Kiffness, the eating the cat song. All right, I'll look into it. You need Todd on your tree. Oh, that's funny. What? Outside the US? Are you outside the US? I don't think you are. I'm not sure why it said that, Leslie. Well, I just clicked on it. I just clicked on it and it came up. Let me double check, make sure everything's working. Yep, there's been entries. So it must be working. I'm not sure why it's not working for you, but it's working. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Leslie. Awesome.
Year gets a long prison sentence. Well, latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Get a load of this guy.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Right now on my Facebook page at Evening Edge Todd, there is a link on there. Some people are doing it right now on the live stream. I can see them do it. You can register to win one of those very cool handmade Evening Edge Christmas ornaments. We had those last year, and we've got more this year. And you can register to win one of those. I'm going to give one away each week between now and the end of the year. Also, you can register to win a Evening Edge coffee mug, also handmade by Edgehead David. And Edgehead Alexandria, I should mention that. She made the ornaments. They both get a shout out. This Friday at the Salvation Army Dayton Croc Center, that's located at 1000 North Kiwi Street, it is a Whoville Christmas celebration. It's completely free. This is a family-friendly event, of course. They're going to have spectacular Christmas decorations, train rides, games, crafts, a live nativity with, of course, live animals. You got to love live animals and a live nativity. To top it all off, of course, Santa and the Grinch will be there. But don't let the Grinch scare you. He's just a dude. He's just a dude. Misunderstood dude. So all you Who's, head to Whoville at the Salvation Army Dayton Croc Center this Friday. It runs from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. And you can get more at DaytonCroc, KROC.org. And in 2025, I'm going to be partnering with the Salvation Army of Dayton for a lot of great activities and events throughout the year. So I'm looking forward to that. But check them out, DaytonCroc.org.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper.
It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize. You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Do. Clinton. Fair point. Fair point. Bah humbug. Bah humbug. Your sister had a meltdown over garlic bread, huh? Ugh. At least you weren't arguing over politics or anything like that. Just the garlic bread.
News breaks. We break in anytime. Now, back to America's most powerful talk lineup. This is WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook YouTube and Twitch. Last night I had a story about cities in the United States that are rated as the funnest cities. The funnest cities you can go to. And Dayton not on the list, yet Toledo is. And I took umbrage to that. And I got an email from somebody who's taking umbrage, I think a little bit, with me taking umbrage. So a lot of umbrages going on. But we're going to get to that in 1 second. But I got some calls, 937-457-1290. They want to talk about treasure hunting. Lee in Sydney. What's up, Lee?
Oh, not a lot. I heard you talking about the treasure books.
Yes.
I didn't know if you knew about one called a treasure trove.
Well, that's what I was talking about. It's this new book that came out, and he's hid like five chests, treasure chests, and
treasure trove. But the one that I'm talking about has been around for a long time.
Well, where did I put the story? I don't know where the story went. Maybe I tossed it. But it's a brand new book. It's a brand new book. This one I'm talking about is brand new. It's come out. This guy, he used all this money he made from Bitcoin and bought $2 million worth of prizes, and he's putting them in 5 treasure chests and burying them throughout the United States.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, have you ever gone on something like that? Have you ever gone treasure hunting?
My brother and I did it for a magazine and went to Michigan a couple of times looking.
Really?
Yeah.
Any luck?
At the end of it all, you had to find in the magazine. It was on 4-Wheeler magazine. You had to find the coordinates, GPS, in the magazine somewhere.
Yeah.
Then put it in your GPS and then go to that place in the country. We did it the first time. We didn't find nothing. The second time, we actually did find it.
So is that what they call like Is it geocaching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was real similar to that.
Okay. All right. So what did you find?
We found it was actually a laser cut steel plate, and you had to show it to them, and they sent me a brand new set of shocks for my Jeep.
So you'd like take a picture, you send it to them, we found it, and you won some free shocks.
You got it.
I like that idea. See, I could do that with like a golden box of Cheez-Its or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you find the coordinates, you find the golden box of Cheez-Its, you leave the Cheez-It box there, you just take a picture, you post it, and you win something. I love that idea.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's a great idea, Lee. Thank you for that. Greg in West Milton. What's up, Greg?
Hey, Todd. Nice to talk to you.
Good talking to you.
I read the story about the treasure hunt you talk about, and I read that one of the things that supposedly is in the treasure hunt is an Olympic gold medal.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason why I called about it is that West Milton has an Olympic champion.
Yeah.
His name is Bob Schul.
Okay.
And he won in the track and field in the 1964 Tokyo Olympics.
All right.
And he came back home, and he was meeting the people in the town.
Okay.
Had his gold medal.
Sure. Yeah.
Had it passing around.
Uh-oh.
And it disappeared. And I just wonder, as a side question, if there's a gold medal in there, in the treasure, or there is something that is specifically identifiable as somebody else's that either was legally or illegally
purchased.
Obtained.
Well,
what would you do?
Well, here's what I would say. First of all, I would be very surprised if this guy who wrote this book and went to the expense and the trouble of hiding 5 treasure chests throughout the country would put a stolen gold medal in one of the chests. I think
maybe he didn't know it was stolen.
Well, I would think that if you're gonna make a big to-do about this and put a book out, you're gonna make sure that all of the items that you are purchasing are vetted, right? I don't think that if in fact there's a gold medal in one of these chests, I don't think he bought it from somebody at a flea market, right? He bought it from a legitimate broker who probably got it from the Olympian, because a lot of Olympians they don't make a lot of money. In fact, some make no money. And when they win a gold medal or silver medal or even a bronze medal, if they have to make ends meet and pay the rent, it's sad, but sometimes they're going to sell those things. Just like NFL players and Major League Baseball, any professional athlete, they sell their championship rings, they sell their equipment, they sell because they need money. So, who knows where that particular medal went, belonging to Bob Schul, or was it Bob or Bill?
It was Bob Schul.
Bob Schul. But I would be very surprised if anything in there was stolen. But yeah.
Okay. Well, let's not say stolen, but let's just say it belongs to somebody, and you might think you could sell it back to them, or if it is, like, for example, something that got through the cracks.
Well, I mean, look, I think if you find it, if you find that treasure, and you get on the news and you say, hey, I found one of the treasures, here's this gold medal. And I don't know if the names of the athletes are, stamped onto the gold medal. I would assume that some of these probably have a serial number, but maybe not back in the 60s. So I don't know how you would know, but either way, if somebody came forward and said, I found this, and then suddenly there's this big story like, oh, well, that gold medal was stolen. Well, then you're talking about, well, I got to give it back. But if the Olympians sold it because they were hard up for cash, well, if you find it, you should keep it. Don't you think?
That's true. No, that's true. Yeah. And or you can at least maybe get a picture with the Olympian who sold it.
I suppose. Yeah. I suppose.
Thanks, Todd. Yep. You're doing a great show.
Oh,
I enjoy listening to you when I can.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. We got some mail.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The fan mail.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
If you'd like to send me an email, it's at eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can just message me at eveningedgetodd. So last night I had this story, City of Dayton, not on this Wallet Hub list of one of the 100, and I think there was 180 different cities listed based on a variety of criteria. It was not on the list as being one of the funner cities. It's not even on the list. Obviously, Cincinnati's on there. Cleveland's on there. Columbus is on there. Toledo was on there. And this is like the third or fourth time I've had some story where cities throughout the United States, and in particular Ohio, are rated for a variety of things, whether it's the staycation city that you want to go to, or close to home visit, whatever it is, all positive. But Toledo is mentioned and Dayton is never mentioned unless it's something bad. Like, worst drivers or rudest drivers. We've had those stories. And I took umbrage to this, the fact that I think, and I've been to Toledo, admittedly, I haven't been there a lot, but from what I recall, Dayton has a lot more going for it than Toledo. Now, maybe I'm biased. Okay, sure. I was born and raised in Beaver Creek and lived in Dayton, so I get it. I'm biased. But here's the email. Hey, Todd, as a native of Toledo who returns often, I have to say that while Dayton and Toledo are similar in many ways, I think Dayton falls short in comparison to my hometown. Dayton is lovely, but I think one of our biggest downfalls in Dayton is our use of the many rivers. Toledo has the Maumee River running straight through it, and there's quite a bit of development and entertainment along the banks, sort of like Cincinnati along the Ohio River. Short of riverscape, there's not much else along our rivers that excite or entice. I'm not sure why they haven't tried to develop it more. I will say Dayton has a better nightlife downtown and in the suburbs. I'm in my 40s, and while I don't go out as much as I used to, I've been at Dayton long enough to make this judgment. Toledo has great restaurants. I found Dayton has some gems, but Toledo has a better foodie vibe. And of course, there's the Toledo Zoo. which I mentioned last night. Yes, they have a zoo. They have museums. We have museums. We have restaurants. We have breweries. We have nightlife. And this person, her name's Julia. She's in Tip City. She agrees. We just don't have a zoo. But Julia makes a great point. But unlike Dayton, but Dayton, unlike Toledo, isn't that far from either Cincinnati or Columbus, which both have zoos. And that makes a great point. Dayton is an hour from the Cincinnati Zoo, maybe less. Same with the Columbus Zoo. Toledo is like 2.5 hours from Columbus. It's not super close. I think they might be closer to Detroit than they are Columbus. We don't have to drive very far for a zoo, so we don't need a zoo. We don't need a zoo. We don't need our own zoo. We practically have two in our backyard, Columbus and Cincinnati. That's just my 2 cents. I love your show. Thank you. And again, that's Julia in Tip City. Yeah, I just feel like I don't know why Dayton is always I'm just going to say it, pooped on. I just feel like that's the case. There's so much going on here. There's so many wonderful things. World-class universities, world-class museums, so much history. Why are we not on a list of one of the funnest cities to go to? Out of, I think it was 150, 180. And we've got amazing suburbs. Amazing suburbs. All kinds of stuff going on. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's marketing, PR, what the story is. What do we need? What do we got to do?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
See, I took that shot when I was angry. Frustrated. Ron. Nope, I made one. And I had the camera on. I made the first one. You guys missed it. I made one. 1 and 1. I promise. Yeah, you're right, Ron. Thank you for the adjustment, Leslie. Appreciate it. I'm not sure, Paul. I'm not sure that's the image we want to portray.
WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. All news, all the time.
Trump's victory doesn't mean our financial worries are over. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. Washington's spending addiction still threatens your savings. That's why I recommend gold IRAs from my friends at Birch Gold Group. These accounts protect your retirement from government mismanagement. For a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word HEDGE to 989898. Don't wait. Text HEDGE to the number 989898 now for your free kit from Birch Gold.
Message and data rates may apply.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, and your money back.
Man, but I don't
face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock.
Crack
Save
off
up to
of
40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The latest on a double murder in Dayton. We'll have that for you at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
This guy was smart, sophisticated, professional. I mean, really, really great.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, this story Dumb ways to die. By the way, whenever we do these, I mention we're not making fun of these people and their untimely demise. We're merely sharing their story as a cautionary tale for you. So when you're out and about, running around in the wild, pay attention to what's going on and use your thinking cap, as my dad used to say. This is out of Southern California. An art teacher there apparently died after being bit by a bat. But here's the thing. She wasn't just out minding her own business and a bat swoops in and takes a chunk. The bat was in her classroom. And she decided that she would try to get it out of the classroom and thought, I guess maybe she thought it was dead or sleeping. But she apparently went to pick it up. And when she picked it up, chomp, it bit her. But she didn't initially show any symptoms of the bite. Turns out, yeah, the bat had rabies. And over about the course of a month, her condition began to deteriorate. And her daughter took her to the emergency room. And she was put into a coma and died 4 days later. That's crazy. That is crazy. And if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, or for a long period of time, you might recall that a number of years ago, my wife and I had an encounter with a bat in a house we were living in, Xenia. And and this is real. We caught it all on video, and here's a clip.
I don't know, but there's a bat in our house. There's a bat in the belfry. I don't know. You got to grab the dog. You got to grab the dog. I have to open the window.
Go open the door.
Yeah.
Get it out of
Now, here's the great thing. It's all caught on video, and it's on my YouTube channel. You got to check it out. Me, big hefty boy, running up and down the stairs chasing a bat.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, a hero.
Oh, he's a keeper.
It's fun listening. It's a good ride, but there's never any real danger.
Give it some time, man. You'll realize. You'll see. He'll grow on you.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
That link that I just posted is the link to the YouTube channel with the bat attack. Oh, that's a great one, Clinton. I'm going to use this tomorrow. I don't have time for it tonight. I've got Wing It Wednesday coming up, or not tomorrow night, but Friday. That's a great story. Puts on a helmet. I'll show them. Rawr! Rawr!
At 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now, back to America's most powerful talk lineup. This is WHIO.
Hold on to your panties. The party is about to begin.
I can hardly wait.
I love this show. Check 1, check 2, check 3.
Are we ready?
Check 4.
You know what? Enough talk. It's showtime.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm William Shatner. I've done a lot of things in my career, but this takes the cake. This is so cool. You, Todd, today, it's all about you. This is phenomenal. You made parole.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up if you'd like to watch the show, not just listen, unless you're driving. Don't do it while you're driving. Every once in a while, somebody's like, oh, I'm watching and I'm driving. No, don't be doing that. It's on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Coming up after 6:30, it's Wing It Wednesday. Wing It Wednesday. We've got a local nonprofit charity coming in. Her name's Robin McGeorge. She's with Robin's Nest Animal Rescue, and she will be here telling us about her organization and what they do. I mean, it's kind of obvious. It's an animal rescue. But all the great stuff that they do. So that's coming up. I got this. I saw this story today, and I don't know if you've seen the video of this. This story is about drones. Now, not just like regular kid drones or drones that some adults have. I mean, we've all at this point probably seen drones, right? Whether we've seen it on TV. I remember a summer or two ago, my wife and I were sitting out on our back patio on our big deck, having some cocktails, and all of a sudden, and it was night, right? I hear this, and it was a drone flying over my house. But these drones have been spotted over the skies of New Jersey. And apparently, these drones are the size of cars. That's what they're saying. That's what the people are saying. Now, they're seeing these at night. They're not seeing them during the day, at least from what I could see in the story. Everything that you saw in the video was all nighttime video. And it's flying over this area called the Raritan River. Now, I guess close to the Raritan River is a golf club that is owned by Donald Trump. So speculation is rampant. The rumors have gone from Russian spies to people stalking Trump to aliens. Of course, you always got to...
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
Yeah, I always got to bring the aliens into the conversation. But there's a military installation nearby. The people that have seen these say that they are very fast. They dart around. And one woman says she doesn't feel safe right now knowing that there are drones flying overhead every single night. They're about 6 feet across with lights, and they fly silently. The first drones were spotted back on November 18th. So the Federal Aviation Administration issued 2 temporary flight restrictions in the area, but the drones continued last week. So that is crazy. That is crazy. I guess, what could it be other than somebody trying to spy? Do they make commercial drones that people can buy that are 6 feet across? I mean, when you think about a 6 foot across, the drones that I've seen, they're kind of boxy looking, right? Or kind of like a diamond shape. 6 feet across, that thing's got to be huge. They say if someone is found flying a drone in those areas, they could be fined $75,000. Wow. but I'm guessing they're not. It says, at 75 grand and have your certifications revoked. I'm guessing they probably aren't certified to be flying these drones. I mean, I know there's military drones that are probably that big, but I don't know if you can buy a drone that large. Maybe you can. I don't know much about drones. I've never flown a drone. Well, I have flown a drone. A buddy of mine has a drone, and he let me play with it one day. And it was fun. It was fine for about 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I've seen everything I need to see. I'm not going to go spy on anybody, so I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. 937-457-1290. I'm sure somebody has some drone info. Jim in St. Mary's. What's up, Jim?
Yes, you were talking about the Miami River in Dayton. It does need help. I think they ought to send a couple men or women, it doesn't matter, out of Dayton down to San Antonio. Now, I was stationed down there early.
Yeah, they got the Riverwalk. The Riverwalk down there.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I've been through that. And I was there before they had that. And it looked like Dayton.
No, I got you. Yeah, it would be nice. And I've often wondered what the reason is why they haven't really developed the rivers that are going through Dayton. I don't know if there's a geological, technical reason why they can't or won't, or if we're still reeling from the flood all of these years later, a century later. Are we afraid that that's going to happen? I know that sometimes when it does really rain a lot, the river can sort of not necessarily flood, though that has happened. It certainly rises. So any businesses that are going to be right along the river that aren't high up off the ground are going to get flooded. So
right. But I think they're losing money not having something down there.
I agree, Jim. And maybe that's the difference between Dayton and Toledo. I mean, if Toledo has and when I was in Toledo and went through, I didn't see how developed it was along the river. I just didn't see that. But I did see some pictures online, and it looks legit. So, all right. Appreciate it, Jim. Thanks for your call, buddy. Scott in Tip City. What's up, Scott?
Hey, I'm on my way back from Columbus. I work in Columbus every day, and I listen to your program. It's great.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So as far as an application with the drone, in our area, there are companies that have drones that are the size you're talking about, and they use them for applying herbicide and things that way as far as on their crops or on their fields.
Okay.
And they are of that size. So I know at least those places somehow, they're able to buy them.
Right.
And I'm sure that, you got to be licensed, but still it's available. But the first time you see one, I've seen them before. And if you're not expecting it, you think something's going to come down and attack you because it's right there. And it's like, my God, the size of it.
Well, I would imagine, though, and I don't know anything about drones. I don't really know much about the FAA rules. I know when you fly a plane or a helicopter or something like that, you kind of, at least with a plane, you have to make like a flight plan. So people know, I guess the FAA or, whoever, that they know that you're going to be in the air. I don't know if you have to do that with drones. Maybe you have to, if it's over a certain size. I mean, certainly kids with drones don't have to do that, or hobbyists, but you would think that something that large, the FAA would know. And that's the thing. These drones over Jersey, they don't know anything about. They don't know who it is. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know anything about it.
Right. I caught a video and it showed a drone, the size we're talking about. And this individual but this was during the daytime.
Yeah.
And he threw a cable up in the air while this thing's going. And of course, it immediately went down because the cable's about 8-10 feet long. And when it went up, it hit and wrapped into the propellers and then down it went.
Oh, wow.
But the stuff with the drones is kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing that you just mentioned, and I'm sure some people thought about this, is that if they're dropping herbicides on crops, what other things could they drop from the air? and that's frightening to think about for sure.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Scott. Well, I appreciate that's right. That's right. I appreciate your call. 937-457-1290. The other story, and I saw this last night. I heard Ron talk about it yesterday during the show, but we just didn't get a chance to talk about it. We had a short show last night because of UD basketball, and I haven't seen an update. But this woman in Unity Township, Pennsylvania, who apparently the other night or early morning yesterday was out looking for her cat, and they say that they think she fell into a sinkhole, and she hasn't been seen since. I guess they got a call. The state troopers there in Unity Township got a call around 1 a.m. In the morning Tuesday because a 5-year-old girl was found inside of a car behind a restaurant. And the 5-year-old said she was waiting on her granddaughter. Or excuse me, the 5-year-old is the granddaughter. The granddaughter was waiting on her grandmother to come back to the car, which she never did. So they went looking and they found grandma's shoe on top of the ground right near this sinkhole that they discovered. And they've been trying to find her. They think it was a sinkhole that was caused by a coal mine in that part of Pennsylvania. It's in western Pennsylvania. But there's no sign of this woman. They think she's probably 30 feet below the surface. Holy cow. They say that there is, I guess, air. And the obviously the ground is warmer than the surface. But oh my gosh, that is like my worst nightmare. The idea of being buried in something, or I'm so super claustrophobic, but I just can't imagine that. And I think about this little girl who was sitting in the car because apparently they went to go look for their missing cat around 5:00 on Monday afternoon. So this little girl was in her car waiting for grandma starting around 5:00. And at 1:00 in the morning the next day, they found her. They found her sitting in the car. That's crazy. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they ever recover her, because I know that there have been many stories, and just in the last couple of years, where people have fallen into sinkholes and they've never been seen again. They can't find them.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H. Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I'll be right back. My guest is here, so I'll be right back.
With Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
You gotta tune in, man. You gotta tune in.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Coming up after 6:30, it's Wing It Wednesday. And we're gonna have Robin McGeorge on. She is the director, and she runs Robin's Nest Animal Rescue. So we're going to talk to her about that. And she brought some wings. She is here. She's in the house. Where'd you get the wings from, real quickly?
Bullwinkles in Miamisburg.
Oh, I love Bullwinkles. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah,
Good stuff.
they smell really good. So we're going to talk to her coming up after 6:30. But speaking of charity work, I talked about this at the beginning of the show, but if you're just tuning in, today I was out at Huffy Corporation in Miamisburg, and today was the, I guess you could say, kind of the kickoff, if you will, of Huffy Holidays, Todd's Bikes for Tykes. It was our bike build, and all the folks there at Huffy, they all volunteered. They had different departments. You had your sales, you had your marketing, you had your accounting, you had your design, all these different departments. We all put together 100 kids' bikes in about an hour and a half. And all of these bikes are going to be going to different charities throughout the Miami Valley. 100 bikes are going to be split up between Flock, which is for Love of Children in Dayton, the Springboro Community Assistance Center, Seeds of Hope, Ohio, in Troy, the Greene County Sheriff's Office, and Michael's House in Fairborn. You can find links to all of those organizations' Facebook pages, which will then give you a link to their websites if you want to learn more. But they all service children throughout the Miami Valley, and we're going to be giving away these 100 bikes to all these kids just in time for Christmas. And I mentioned this last night, and they reaffirmed it today. The folks there at Huffy told me they want to do this every year. So, as long as I'm breathing air and doing a show, we're going to be giving away bikes from Huffy. So that's pretty cool. But you can get more details on Huffy Holidays, Todd's Bikes for Tykes, on my Facebook page.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, you poor people. 5 minutes of no interaction.
And call me.
Call me now.
Call me. He's laughing at us right on the radio. Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're going to have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just going to wing it?
You know, I think I'm just going to wing it.
Just wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And it is Wing It Wednesday. Chance for a local nonprofit to come in and be on the show in exchange for all this free airtime that the charity gets. All they got to do is bring me some wings. And we've got Robin McGeorge from Robin's Nest Animal Rescue, and she paid the price. She brought the toll, right?
I did.
The tax, if you will.
That was a big tax, too, because I'm vegetarian. I just want you to know.
Oh, really? So, my gosh, did it make you squirm a little bit?
It did, yes.
But you realize that not everybody is that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Robin, welcome to the show. Welcome to
Thank you.
Wing It Wednesday. And you reached out to me and you said, hey, I heard about this because I guess you listened to the show.
I do.
Yes. Thank you. I'm going to give you a little bit of there you go. Your very own Casino Bells in studio. You reached out and you said, hey, can I come on and talk about Robin's Nest? So here you are. Tell us all about Robin's Nest. Obviously, it's an animal rescue.
Yes.
And what are we talking? Kitties, doggies?
Dogs, cats, rabbits, rodents, ferrets, occasionally pot-bellied pigs.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is it a case where you find these animals and there's I don't know if I can use the word strays.
Yeah.
But there's stray animals, or is it where people maybe drop them off and they just like, we can't deal with this, or we don't want
All of the above.
Oh, wow.
We pull from shelters. We take in owner surrenders. They get dumped on us. We take in strays.
Right.
Anybody who needs help that we have the ability to help.
Okay. And then do you then in turn try to adopt them out?
Yes.
Okay. So that's kind of interesting. You have people come in and they probably have to meet some qualifications. You just can't give the animals out to anybody who wants them, right?
Yeah, we've got an application process, an interview process, just making sure that it's going to be a good home and a good fit.
Right. So where are you located at?
We're in Germantown. We actually we've been in Germantown since 2015, but we just purchased a 3-acre property in Germantown. So we're in the process of getting that property built to our specifications, get ready to open again. We've been we moved at the beginning of September. So it's taken a few months to
kind of in limbo a little bit.
We are, but it's going to be bigger and better. So it's going to be great. And we are looking for volunteers, especially come January when we're going to be a little more animal ready.
Yeah.
We would definitely need volunteers for customer service, animal care, you name it. So if your New Year's resolution is to volunteer and you like animals, come see us.
So how many animals are you sort of looking after at a time? Are we talking a dozen, couple dozen, or does it just vary?
It varies. We've generally got around 30 in the building at a time, and then we have some in foster as well.
Okay. So when you talk about volunteers, I'm assuming you're also looking for volunteer foster homes, right?
Fosters are great.
Because that's a big thing. And I've known people over the years that do that, where they just go and they take care of this animal as though it's their own for a period of time. And then when the pet's ready to be adopted out, or whatever the circumstance might be, then they just return the animal and it finds its forever home, hopefully.
Yeah, it's much better for them to be in a foster home, lower stress, and we get to know so much more about the animal and what it would be like in a home setting, and then we can do a better job in matching them with the right family.
Right, right. One of the things that I see from time to time are these stories about it's usually, I mean, I'm sure it happens with many different types of animals, but it's almost always the stories that I see are dogs, where some dogs will stay in a shelter for years.
Right.
I don't understand that. I don't understand. It's just weird to me. And I'll be honest up front. My wife and I have 2 dogs. These were not shelter dogs. We purchased these dogs from private owners that were selling them. But what is it about when people come in and they see all these dogs and here's this dog that's been here for 2 years? Like what? I mean, how do you deal with that? I mean, what do you do?
We actually have 3 dogs right now that have been with us 2 years plus.
Really?
And right now it is an epidemic across the country. Adoptions are at an all-time low. Abandonment is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
We actually have a couple petitions on our Facebook page regarding this issue, regarding the stray dog issue in our area, as well as the overpopulation of pit bulls, which pit bulls are fantastic dogs. I've got a couple in my own home. We have
Mhm.
several in the rescue. They are
Yeah.
great dogs, but they are being mistreated. They are overpopulated. They are roaming the streets because
Yeah.
there's nowhere for them to go. And
And a lot of this really came from the COVID period, right? Because a lot of folks, not all of the situation, but a lot of folks, got dogs during COVID because they were at home and maybe they were lonely or bored or whatever. And then we've come out of it and they're like, wow, this is too much.
yeah, I think it's a mixture of things. I think part of it is that. I think also part of it is that our shelter in recent years went no kill, which is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the city and the county is seeing the number of pit bulls roaming the streets that were dying in the Animal Resource Center a few
Wow.
years ago before they went no kill. And I think we just have some growing pains, and the community really needs to understand that animals are not disposable.
Right.
And that when you get a pet, you need to keep it for life, because there is no quick, easy answer on how to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere for them to go, because rescues are overflowing, the shelter is overflowing. And I think that I'm trying to get my petitions, get more signatures on those, and
Yeah.
then present them to the county and get them to start a task force that it will include hopefully myself and other rescuers, as well as county officials, legislators, judges, and prosecutors. Because until we start prosecuting for the laws we already have on the books regarding neglect, cruelty, and abandonment, and then start handing out some consequences for those things,
Right.
we're never going to get out of the situation. We cannot adopt our way out of the situation.
Yeah, I've had a few stories on the show from time to time because I talk about dogs. I talk about our dogs all the time, where people for whatever reason they're moving and they just don't. I think they just don't want to bother.
Yeah, they want the easy way out.
And they just well, we're moving and this dog's been with us for 6 years, so it's like it's not a rental dog.
Yep.
It's not. And that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me. And I know that it can be challenging. I mean, anybody who owns pets from time to time has challenging moments or challenging situations, especially if you have a dog or a cat or whatever the animal is that might experience medical issues. It's not cheap.
Mhm.
It's not cheap to get your pet the proper care. But when you make that commitment,
Yep.
it's, we think Mary and I, my wife, we think of Lily and Luna as our kids. We don't have children of our own. I have a older son, but she and I do not have children. Those are our kids.
Right.
And the thought of just deciding one day, no, this was fun for a while.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Yeah. Sometimes it requires sacrifice to do the right thing,
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
just don't want to do that.
So let's talk about the Robin's Nest rescue. You're moving into this new place, much bigger location.
Yep.
You've talked about volunteers, needing volunteers. What other kinds of things are you looking for from the community?
We're always in need of donations.
Mhm.
We actually have an online auction going on right now. So if people could go to that website, they can start their Christmas shopping right there. We've got all kinds of great things.
What's the website that they can go to?
new.biddingowl.com.
Okay.
And then put in /Robin's Nest Animal Rescue to get to our auction.
Okay.
And we've got over 100 items. We've got household items. We've got stuffed animals. We've got gift cards to restaurants, all kinds of things.
Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. So I think I might have seen some of the pictures on your Facebook page today.
Yep.
But and so you're on Facebook and
Yes.
people can just go. If you want to search for that, it's just Robin's Nest Rescue, correct?
It's the Robin's Nest
the
Rescue on Facebook.
Robin's Nest
Yeah.
Rescue.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So how about obviously monetary donations?
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever take donations of food or supplies or anything like that? Or
We do. We mainly feed Purina One. So we're always in need of that.
Okay.
All kinds, dog and cat food, any type is fine.
Yeah.
And then we do have a wish list as well on our Facebook and on our website. And right now we could really use items for building.
Oh, right.
Drywalls, nails.
Hammers.
Yeah.
They need hammers. No.
We got a lot of building going on inside right now.
Awesome. And what is the website? Do you as well?
robinsnestrescue.com.
Okay.
And we're actually having some technical difficulties right now, but hopefully in a couple days it'll be back.
All right. Well, just for right now, just go to the Facebook page and
Absolutely.
you'll find it. And there's a link there. And
Yep.
Hopefully in a day or two, you'll be able to hook it up. Cool.
Yeah.
So one last question. What is the most unusual animal that has ended up at your rescue?
Probably a chinchilla, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did somebody just drop that off, or did somebody just randomly find it, or did it wander in on its own?
Most of the chinchillas we've taken in have been owner surrenders because they take time and work and
Really?
attention.
Yeah. I don't even know what do you do with a chinchilla? I mean,
Mostly, you can hold them, you can pet them, but mostly the fun is watching them play. They are
sounds like hard
very
work.
active and fun and
Yeah.
adorable little creatures.
Wow, chinchilla.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, Marcia's asking if it's Robin with an I or a Y.
It is a Y.
It is a Y. It is a Y. Excellent question, Marcia, on the live stream. All right, well, hang on, Robin, and we'll be back here in just 1 second. It's Wing It Wednesday.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Now from the WHIO News Center, the three big things you need to know. Police in New York say United Healthcare CEO
All right,
Brian Thompson's
I told
murder this
Robin that
morning
I
was
have
a targeted attack.
to
A
talk
girl's
to
in
you,
critical
Edgehead,
condition after being
because
stabbed in a Huber Heights park
apparently,
today. And possible snow
you don't
overnight
like
and much
not
colder
hearing my
temperatures.
voice
Wind chills
for
near
a
zero
few
tomorrow.
minutes. So-
Full details on these stories and more. Our next
Does
scheduled
anybody
newscast
have
coming
any
up at 7
questions
o'clock.
for Robin?
I'm Ron Otto.
Maybe Robin can
WHIO
answer some
continuing
questions
news.
about pets.
This traffic report is sponsored by
Anybody?
Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices.
says,
Plus, buy 4 new tires
Todd
and get 4 free
changes
oil
his
changes
tone
and
when
additional
he has
$300
guests.
value. Make an appointment
Well, I don't
today
want to
at
yell right in their face.
GrismerTire.com.
Still not seeing any problems in the Miami Valley. We have no accidents.
Heather
and
says, I'm
there's
starting to
nothing
get
slow
real
you
sick
down,
of
at least
guys
at
named
this point.
Todd.
Do watch
There you
out
go.
for rain where you may be seeing it. I'm Jason Michaels,
Let's see. I will
WHIO,
mess
Triple
up the
Team
scores
Traffic.
on paper wise the rest of the week. For
The
that
Storm
Todd.
Center 7 forecast
Todd
calls for rain
withdraws.
over to snow tonight with
We
slick
need our
roads
Todd
possible.
crack.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin.
I'll show you
Keith
my
for
Todd crack.
WHIO.
No,
First Financial
now
Bank.
come on.
Get 4.4% APY on 5 months.
Oh, the buttons are still on. It's all right. Thank you. Sorry. Buttons were on. Oh, my goodness. It just dawned on me that I didn't turn the camera on for you.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Well, there she is. Sorry. Captain Scurvy wants to know what kind of dog would be best for a person who works overnight.
Well, I guess the question is, what kind of area do you live in? Is barking going to bother anyone?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Captain Scurvy lives in a tent, so it may annoy the neighbors. Though I would think, though, in all seriousness, you could probably get a dog and get it on your schedule.
Yeah, for the most
Right?
part.
You
Yeah.
know, just like any other, it's like our dogs, they have their schedule.
Yep.
It's our schedule.
Yep.
Vice versa. But if we worked overnights, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I left the if I forget to turn off the button over here, they hear the commercials or the traffic or the news or whatever.
Gotcha.
And I sometimes forget, especially if somebody's in the studio. I'm distracted.
You're flustered.
Yeah. But I get distracted sitting in here by myself, so. Oh, thank you, Lana. I appreciate that. Letting me know. See, I also forgot to type your name in here. This is There you go. I use this excuse all the time, but I don't have my own real producer. So I do everything myself. A producer, if I had a producer, they would be responsible for that. I wouldn't, I got other things to think about. Captain Scurvy, I think a cat would probably be better for you.
Yeah, they're semi-nocturnal.
Yeah. Though our dogs, Lily and Luna's a multi-poo, and Lily is a oh, for crying out loud. Oh, I forget. I can't. I mean, how could I forget that? Bichon, a Bichon, Bichon something. Anyway, she's a mix, but they sleep. I mean, it's so funny because we, Mary and I both work outside of the house, obviously, and they both have their own big playpen, and it's right next to each other. We don't let them roam. Lily loves getting into everything. So they're in their playpen. They have plenty of water and it's nice big space. And I usually don't come into work until 1 o'clock. So I'm home with them. And then Mary comes home 6. But they sleep most of the time. And I check on them. We've got a little camera on them and we check, and then we come home and we have dinner and we, plop in front of the TV or do whatever after I get home and all that. And the dogs play for a little bit and then they're just on the couch.
Yeah.
And then they sleep.
How old are they?
Lily just turned 5 and Luna is 7.
Okay.
But they just, All right, here we go.
A very cold Thursday is coming. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Well, he has quite the reputation.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. It is Wing It Wednesday, and we've got Robin McGeorge from Robin's Nest Animal Rescue. Robin, why don't you hit us one more time with the website and your Facebook? And
our Facebook page is The Robin's Nest Rescue. Our website is robinsnestrescue.com, which will be back up in a couple days. We've also got our online auction going on at new.biddingowl.com/Robin's Nest Animal Rescue, and you can find that link on our Facebook page as well.
And all those funds that you raise will go towards taking care of the many, many animals that you guys provide shelter for and rescue.
Yes.
And supplies and building
Absolutely.
supplies because you got the new place going up.
Putting up fencing
They're
and
in
walls
Germantown.
and all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And one more shout out to...
Bullwinkles.
That's right, Bullwinkle. She brought
And-
me a order of wings.
And they are a donor as well. We've got a gift card to Bullwinkles on our auction.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for bringing the wings. Looking forward to those later this evening. Late night snack. And you can get more details. Again, if you missed any of that information, I will link it up on my Facebook page. Well, have a terrific night. No show tomorrow night. I've got a previous engagement, but I will be back on Friday just after 5 o'clock. You can get the podcast of this show at eveningedgetodd.com or all your other favorite podcast platforms. And you can always email me, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Have a terrific night, and I will talk to you on Friday.
I'm out of ideas. He's done. It's over. He's finished.
Sorry, buddy. Show's over.
Say good night to the bad guy. Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good riddance, Yaloney.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow or see you Friday.